What's up? What's up?
What it do, Bing Crew? It's your boy Sullivan Thomas, back with another episode of Coffee and Comments. Thanks for tuning into this video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button, leave a comment if you guys enjoy this video. But we're going to review the movie Uncharted. Just came out. It's in theaters. You just know it's not on streaming services, though I'm pretty sure it'll be on HBO Max or something in about, 6 months or whatever the time frame is. This was an enjoyable film. So for those who don't know, Uncharted is actually a video game franchise. So it's I believe 3 or 4 different games. I didn't play them all, unfortunately. My best friends play every single one. He's a big fan of the games. But I played a couple of them. They were pretty fun. Good gameplay. I enjoy the puzzles and the action. I never was into suspense and crawling around and shooting people. That I just literally just charge people. I can't do the creeping around on the video game. But Uncharted, again, is a franchise, so it's one of the best PlayStation games that has ever been created. I think it was either Uncharted 2 or 3, I forget which one it was, but won Game of the Year as well. For me, coming into it, I'm like, okay, I know the story is going to be good because the game is a good story, but I didn't know how things were going to play out. Also, Tom Holland looked a little bit young to be playing Nathan Drake. If you guys have played the game, I'm pretty sure you probably agree with that. Mark Wahlberg kind of looked a little bit more like a Nathan Drake type versus a Sully type, because in my mind, Nathan's like late 25s, early 30s looking. And Tom Holland, though he is in his 20s, he looks like he's like 16 to 18 sometimes because it's just clean shaven face. Anyways, even Nathan Drake has the same looking face, but he just looks older. Sully as well looks like he's in his late 40s, right? And then Mark Wahlberg, even though he is that same age, looks like he's in his 30s. So I was coming into it, I was a little skeptical about the cast, but when you watch it, it's very enjoyable because the acting is done. Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg do a great job. You also have Antonio Banderas in there as well, he has the perfect villain voice.
There's something much more valuable. This girl has a very tragic history. So much blood.
It's low. It's very menacing when he talks. I'm like, the whole time I'm watching this, I laughed a lot because I'm like, bro, he has the perfect villain voice. Like when you think of a super villain with the deep voice and speaking like that, it's Antonio Banderas. And I never realized that until I watched this movie, and I'm like, bro, he's the perfect villain. And then you have some people from different shows, like Tati, Gabrielle was from You. Rudy Pankow was from Outer Banks, which is pretty interesting because he played the older brother of Nathan Drake, Sam Drake. And it's a treasure hunting movie. And he's in Outer Banks, which is a treasure hunting show, if you guys haven't watched. Very good there as well. So the acting was good. The story, if you guys know the story, it's about them going to go find this treasure. Nathan Drake is a treasure hunter. Grew up treasure hunting. Not grew up, but him and his brother were really into the history of the world because their family is part of Sir Francis Drake's family, who was a famous, was a sailor or whatever. And so they know a lot of history because of their family name. And so good movie though, good acting. Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg do a great job. Their chemistry is a little weird sometimes, but I feel like they do a great job with their characters and their roles. It's funny to hear Tom Holland cuss because it just doesn't fit his character, because I'm used to seeing him as Spider-Man. Spider-Man doesn't cuss. And so he cusses pretty often in this movie because Nathan Drake does. And so it's just funny. He's drinking, he's cussing. I'm like, is Tom Holland? But it is. He just plays different characters. So it's interesting to see that. Mark Wahlberg does a good job as Sully as well. Some people, I saw some reviews coming into this and people didn't like it. I'm like, I enjoyed it. I like the story, obviously, because I knew the story. I like the acting because the actors, though I wouldn't have probably chosen myself. They each deliver their character well. And the other actors as well deliver the character. It is a little cheesy at times because it's a video game movie. But one of the things I wanted to see too was how they would do the puzzles, because in the game there's puzzles, you have to figure things out, and that's one of the funnest parts for me. And so they do a good job of kind of figuring things out, but then, reveal it. They do a good job of delivering the storyline of the movie, and they do, for a video game movie, this was really, really good, right? Overall, I gave this movie a 7.6 out of 10. So it wasn't like it was an amazing movie, but it was a solid movie. Like, I would go back and rewatch that movie. Like, I would go back to the theaters and rewatch that movie because I enjoyed it. And it's going to be a franchise. They're going to do multiple movies of this, so I will probably watch every single one. This because I like treasure hunting stuff. I like Uncharted, playing the game. Even though I play every single game, I played a few of them. And then Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg did a great job. The other characters will rotate, obviously, because it's just, it's part of the story. So, anyways, Uncharted was good. Go check it out. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Coffee and Comments.